Check 1 2, check 1 2. Bader Games in the building. Okay, let's go. Let's make sure. Look at the timing on this one. Gonna do this. Gonna do that. Okay. My lighting seems good. Audio seems right. Let me turn off the tunes. And here we go. I have to say this. And I mean this. I'm so appreciative. Danny, my guy, first in the building. Thank you so much for being here on the channel. First comment of the day. Much love, my peeps in the building. You know what it is. Vader Games TV. Why Always Me, episode 56. And it's going to be a short and sweet. It's going to be a short and sweet show. I'm going to interact like I always do, but it is going to be a short and sweet show because I know we got Champions League Day. We've got competitions happening. A lot needs to be decided with regards to this Champions League group stage and what happens next. So I'm going to keep it nice and sweet. I will send out the link to my peeps. If anyone's free, they want to join in and have the combo, we can definitely do that. But right off the jump from the start, it's going to be me talking to you. All right. And we're going to do a recap. Obviously, we are going to do a recap really briefly on this Leicester versus City. I got to revisit a few things, but we got to do this official. We got to do it right with the proper intro. You know, I'm based out in Toronto. I got to represent. Here's some imagery. Why Always Me? Let's go. All right. Let me make sure we got that clean. I think we're good there. And what else am I missing here? I think we're good. Yes. Perfect. All right. Now, this Leicester game, all right from the jump, this Leicester game. And if you're new to the channel, you hit that follow button. If you've been here before, interact in the comments, hit that like, new, subscribe, you know what it is. But this Leicester game, guys, I have to stress this, and I hope that we all as a fan base, we all individually come to terms and accept this, because the sooner we do, the better prepared we're going to be for the rest of the matches in the season, and especially it's Tuesday, Champions League, okay? The way we play football, the way we're designed, the manager that we have, the mentality and approach to the game, we need to accept that teams are going to be defensive against us. Teams are going to be risk adverse. Teams are going to be, let's not get embarrassed today. Let's not have City do what they like to do. And honestly, what City like to do is play football. Play football, okay? So teams are going to be defensive, and this match against Leicester City is a prime example. And we just need to be cool with it. We just need to know that Pep's going to have a system, that the players are going to trust in themselves to be master safe crackers, master code breakers, master lock pickers, because the defense are going to be so sound and compact. They're going to make life difficult for us, especially because we are City. We need to be prepared on how we're going to deal with it. And we're going to be dealing with many non-attacks, many defensive approaches like what Leicester did. So let's be cool with it. Let's accept it for what it is. That result, and you know what? Let me show you what inspired my reaction after that Leicester game. Let me put that on screen. Where do I go to? Right here. So you see that. If you remember, I probably need to move or shift because the ball's not in the picture. My chair's blocking it. But that thunder strike, that laser from Vincent Kompany was what was needed against Leicester not too long ago, because of how important the match was, how defensive Leicester were. That was an instant reminder, flashback with what we needed, from KDB. Okay, not in a similar fashion because obviously this was a set piece, but KDB, magnifique, beautiful, jolie. It was so pretty. The way he pinpoint accurate put it where the keeper could not get it. We needed a moment like that from KDB, and deservingly so. Man was man of the match. Man was what he is touted and talked about and needs to be talked about more because what he's doing, his career in this league, his career at City is amazing. It's one of the best, and he's very close to be the best. Let's remember that, okay? But we don't need to say we don't need to claim that he's the best. City fans, we don't need to do that. We'll let others do it. We won't do it arrogantly. We won't do it before it's due. But KDB's on that trajectory, 100%. The man's amazing, and we've had fantastic midfielders at City, so he's following that long list, that long tradition. Now, I think I'm going to be spending a lot of time on this topic, and hopefully you enjoy it as well. And if you're missing it live, you interact within the comments, okay? And let me make this a nice clean event. Vader games. So let's all agree, let's all admit that this EPL is this EPL season is great. This EPL season is special. It's special, and I'm gonna find a way. Maybe I can get a way to put this on screen. But I just want to emphasize here that this drama that's happening in the league, and I'm not gonna throw any salt, right? I'm not gonna throw any jabs because there'll be time for that. Maybe I'll do that on Football and Chills. Maybe I'll do that on shoot, if you happen to see me on Have Hope Show, or maybe I'll do that on Egal. Shout out to Egal, had me on his show last week. But I'm not going to throw salt at the rivals. But I do want to emphasize that the results that we're seeing, and most recently, the result that we're seeing from Liverpool, Chelsea, the drama in this league is amazing. The drama in this league is making it so much fun, and the drama, and it's not even just the drama that's happening to others. The drama within our own club, right? The drama that's happening with regards to injuries or how players are poor performing or not performing. That type of drama is making this so intriguing. It's making it such a great season, and we're only 12, 13 games into the season, I believe. There's so much that's happened, and maybe we can, and not today because I want this to be a nice brief show, but maybe we can actually have the convo and like TV shows have a little bit of a flashback and look back at some of the moments that have happened to this point. Maybe we should, I'll definitely look to do that when we go into the World Cup, just before going into the World Cup. But there's been so much drama, and the pure drama in this league is making it so much fun. It's also another reason why this EPL is so great. It's so great. I'm not just talking about those that are top of the league. I'm just talking about even with regards to this top 10. You look at the teams that are making up this top 10. You look at the teams that are quote unquote struggling. I love this drama, and I have to tune in to almost every match, not just my own. Obviously, there's not enough hours in a day to be able to catch every match, whether you're watching extended highlights or maybe you're listening into a few spaces to get the perspective of some of these fans. But for what I am hearing, and I'm really comparing it to just as recent as last season, for how this season's kicking off, it is amazing. It is amazing. Let me go to the comments. Daniel in the building, he goes, I tell you what, KDB needs to get full respect from all rival fans and fans from outside the Premier League. He needs a UCL. He'll get there. Daniel, he'll get there. The trajectory that he's on, the consistency from KDB, his performances, not only goal scoring but creating, he's going to get it. And you know what? It's because he's playing. It's because we are so dominant. Why I don't think he gets the proper recognition. Rival fans are going to be really hesitant to kind of do that because it means surpassing. It means elevating him to some of their greats. If you look at Lampard, if you look at Gerrard, if you look at Scholes, like it's a dangerous group of company that KDB's in, and you can understand why rivals are really slow to say it. But man is phenomenal, and it's consistent. Consistent is what's so important. Franklin Cap in the building. What's up? And direct, yo, I'm live and direct. Thank you for tuning in, my guy. And we're having the combo. I'm talking about this EPL is pure drama, and I love it. I don't know how much y'all consume with regards to match reactions or even predictions going into some of these games, but I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. And it kicked off from even this offseason, right? With regards to some of the clubs and the drama, Chelsea, the amount of players that exited, the amount of players that they got. At one point they had Champions League winning manager to kicking him out the door so early in the season. You got Liverpool, who again a quad pursuit last year to their start and getting draws against Fulham and most recently now getting losses to Nottingham Forest, Leeds, and again historic clubs, right? Premier League, English historic teams, historic clubs, and for them back in the Premier League and them doing damage to Liverpool, like that drama in itself. Think of that fan base, right? Think of that fan base getting wins, and to mention it wasn't a win for Fulham, but even Fulham coming back and doing Fulham, Nottingham Forest, Leeds doing their thing against Liverpool. That's the drama that you want in here. That's the drama that you want in the league. Those that are running this league are loving it. And this is talked about often in American sports, parity, right? And I don't quite like the parity within American sports because there's no jeopardy. You're always in the league. There's teams kind of tank, and because of the tanking system and how you're rewarded for being bad, there's a lot of movement there. Okay, so that provides its own parity in its own way. But I love that there's the risk for reward within the Premier League, and you now have clubs like Fulham, like Nottingham Forest, like Leeds that are in here competing, and they've got a history, and they're getting results. I absolutely love it. I got to shout out my man FIFA in the building. What it do? Thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna make this as best as I can. I'm gonna make this a short and sweet show because I know you guys want to watch Champions League, even though we play tomorrow. But I know you guys are gonna be glued to those results. But the drama is amazing, and we have to appreciate the drama for what it is because these results are important. And the success of the Premier League, even from a financial standpoint, the amount of eyeballs that it gets, the fact that there's such an amazing mix of teams that are competing and quote unquote the best clubs are taking some losses at times, that is great. That is great for this league. Now, I'm going to get into it a little further, but I just want to point out this pure drama is absolutely gold. It's absolute gold, and it makes for a non-boring weekend or league. Vader games. Okay, I'm also going to do that. Now, I kind of talked about this at the start of this season with regards to the off season and some of the transfers and things that were happening now. But I want to point this out. This offseason, you had Chelsea with a new owner looking to do things what looked to be different from the previous owner, right? Boli, Abramovich, very different in their approach. Russian, American. But you had that change, you had that kind of like shift within Chelsea. You had Liverpool just coming off their quad pursuit to having Mane exit, having the drama with regards to re-signing or keeping Salah, and then how they were going to replenish, how they were going to attack this upcoming season. And right off the jump, they got a big name, big cost addition in Darwin Núñez. And you kind of looked at, oh, here's the I'm gonna say this. Here's kind of like the refresh. Here's the change. Here's Liverpool 2.0. You saw Chelsea, and I mentioned earlier, just change a manager in that shift. And then you had like the quote unquote first official season of Newcastle coming in, new owners, a proper plan with how they're going to attack this season, and United. Can't forget United with their new manager, new players, and what they were trying to do. All right, we heard about all the players that they were pursuing and trying to bring in, but there were a lot of shifts. There were a lot of there were a lot of refresh, and City falls into that as well, right? City falls into that as well because we had such an exodus of players, mind you, not necessarily pushed them out the door, but opportunities came up, made sense, business decisions were made. Sterling, Jesus, Zinchenko out the door. Great young talent within our academy, EDS, have also gone out on loan and have been sent out. So there was that whole change too. I don't need to mention again, you guys all know Holland, Alvarez, Ortega, Akanji, Gomez, a lot's come into this club. Now, I say all that because there's been a huge rebrand that I've been noticing, that I've been witnessing. There's a rebrand, no doubt there's a rebrand with Chelsea, right? We're hearing about their owner talking about 5-year plan, a five-year commitment given to a new manager, quote unquote unproven manager. That's not typical Chelsea. Not at all, right? Looking at United with Ten Hag, and now from a fan base standpoint, even within that organization, they're talking about a patient approach to getting back to their successful ways, right? Which is also very different because we've heard from these clubs about like, nah, we are who we are, right? They'll claim we are, I'm accustomed to this. This is our standard of quality, standard of player, standards to winning. That's shifted a lot. And I think this is an amazing rebrand to actually witness and look at and see who's going to hold true to the quote unquote rebrand, right? If you're not following me on Twitter, make sure to do so. That's obviously when you're going to know when I'm live. And I put out a tweet. I'm not going to mention it here. You're going to have to find it on Twitter, like it, comment. But I put out a tweet specifically with regards to Chelsea. And Chelsea have had a history, previous manager, to be non-committal. Okay? If we were in the streets, that would be described in a different way. But I'm gonna say this: they were very non-committal. Something wasn't working, on to the next, right? I'm noticing that there's a rebrand happening there where they're not trying to be loose anymore. They're trying to clean up their act. They're trying to settle down. Now, do you believe Chelsea can do it? Do you believe the fan base are prepared for that type of approach? I don't know. I have my doubts, but I'm here to check this rebrand. I'm here to watch the rebrand, and it's another reason why this EPL is amazing because I'm here to check it out. Franklin, when the comments goes, it's crazy. Lots of teams are getting exposed. The inferior teams are really quality as well. Exactly. The quote unquote inferior teams are quality, 100%. And this is why I don't know. It's not a new discovery, right? It's kind of, I guess, a rediscovery. It's actually noticing it again. Like, yo, these teams, there's no given win. There's no given easy result here. And I'm saying that top to bottom. I'm saying that City when we're doing some of our match predictions or expectations, like, yeah, you could look at it and be like, quality, expect us to win. But the nature of the match, how the game plays out, it's never easy. And that's why you love it. That's why we're tuning in. That's why we're tuning in. All right, let me make it a point to, with this rebrand, tell me in the comments, let me know. Do you believe the rebrand from United? Do you believe this rebrand from Chelsea? Do you believe this rebrand from Liverpool? Do you believe the rebrand from Newcastle? Right? Now, I'd be wrong to not mention Arsenal and where they're at, where they've been, and their rebrand. I've seen a shift. I've seen a shift from many Arsenal fans, and they went from being so quick, like almost too quick, to say that success is here again. We're going to be competing. We're going to be doing this, that, and the other. They've gone from that to actually they've chilled. They've chilled, and they're more reserved. They're more, as top of the league as they are right now. They're more, we're going for top four, right? Whereas in the past they would have been eighth or somewhere there, and they would have been quick to say we're finishing top four, and so is going to be behind us. They've chilled with regards to that, and I'm noticing that. I'm noticing a rebrand from these clubs, and it's not the underdog type approach, but it is a rebrand from what they've been, and I wonder how long it's going to last. I really wonder how long this rebrand is going to last. I'm watching closely, and we're going to revisit this on the show. Let me try and do this as clean as I can. Let's go. Why didn't that work? Vader games. Cool. Now, I'm going to try to put this on screen because the teams in the top 10 need to get discussed. Let me see how I can do this. I'm going to do that. Cool. And where can I find this? Oh, here we go. All right. I'm trying here. Let's go with, there we go. Oh, wow. That didn't show up. One second. Why didn't that show up? Sorry, bear with. Damn it. Okay, so if we go table. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Live TV. Thanks for your patience. See you in the comments. All right, boom. Let's go. Now, that's covering up my face. Let's adjust this. Okay. I'm going to move over here. Now, this list, this top 10, right? Top 10, 12 games played, some 13, but 12 games played. This is absolutely amazing. This list of top 10 with 13 games, 12 games played is absolutely amazing. Let's look at it from top to bottom. Arsenal, City, Tottenham, Newcastle, United, Chelsea, Fulham, Brighton, Liverpool, Crystal Palace. And let's look at the points difference here. All right, we got some real drama in the top four. Let's say top five. All right. Now, Arsenal, City, mad close. Okay, 2 points difference. But then there's only 3 points difference between City and Tottenham. And then there's only 2 points difference between third and fourth in Tottenham, Newcastle. I know I was talking about with regards to this whole rebrand. I didn't even mention the rebrand that was supposed to happen with Tottenham, and they're top of the league, right? Well, not top of the league. They're high in the league at third, so they're doing their thing. But one could definitely look at their style of play and maybe the expectations on how they would play under Conte and kind of be underwhelmed. So you're looking at this right now, and you got to say that this is a mix where you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention to this top 10. Crystal Palace on points are tied with Liverpool. But then there's only 2 points difference between Liverpool and Brighton. There's only 3 points difference between Fulham and Liverpool and Crystal Palace. It is that close. So one team gets a win here, one team gets a loss, and there's some big shifts that are happening within this top 10. Have to pay attention to that. Let me scroll. Let me see if I can scroll up and see. So after Crystal Palace at 16 points, we got Brentford 15, Everton 14, West Ham 14. This, guys, I know we can spend a lot of time just focus on like the top four, top six, and in some cases, only for those that say only one matters. Anything less than one, who cares? They're losers. You can have that approach, but this league, and this is why I'm saying this league is the best, and I love this pure drama that's happening. Is you see you see that every result matters. You see why sometimes you can understand why there's meltdowns at times, right? Why there are some meltdowns that happen with draws and losses. And I'm not saying from just the standpoint where it was City and Liverpool and being like, we give up a loss here, we give a draw here, we're giving the league away. I'm talking about there's now drama where a draw or a loss, and you're giving away top six, you're giving away top four opportunity, and that is so important. It's so important. Next week's show. No, maybe not next week. Let me know. Let me know when we should have the conversation about who can't afford not to be in the top six, not to be in the top four. We know what top four means, Champions League, right? Automatic. But then we also need to talk about who can afford to be out of the top five, out of the top six, even with regards to then strengthening in January or strengthening next season. Because what players are you going to be able to entice, bring to your club if you're not playing within those competitions? We need to. We'll get there. We'll get there. So let me go to these comments real quick. I'm still blocked on the screen, so I just realized that. You guys were actually just hearing my voice, and I was behind the standings. Thanks for remaining. That's a comical moment right there. Let me go to these comments. Edison in the building, my guy. It's been a minute. Hope coaching's going well, my friend. And yeah, my man. If you want drama, check the Serie A. There's drama in the Serie A. I will do that. I will do that. Franklin goes, I've been watching Fulham, and they're really entertaining to watch. They got a good starting 11. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And the drama and the reason to pay attention, and again, Fulham is a huge club to pay attention to, 100%. But then there's the drama with regards to the surrounding clubs within that area as well. Um, I think I think watching what happens from, we could say, from 1 to 13. West Ham, Everton. You saw the result that Leeds just got against Liverpool. Like, was that going to spark them to make some serious moves? Like, there's a lot going on here. Let me go to these comments real quick. Dudley in the building. What it do? Thanks for tuning in, catching me live. It's appreciated. And I want to ask this. Obviously, we've all linked up. We've talked before. You've been on the channel, been on the show. If forever, if there's ever a reason why you see the notification, whether it's on your YouTube kind of like timeline or Twitter, and you know that I'm live, if you can, please, it means a lot. It can do a lot for this channel. if you can like and comment, maybe even before I'm live, because sometimes you get that notification to kind of tune in or create a reminder to yourself. But if you see it, hit a comment, hit a like. It is huge. It is huge for a channel that's just building its way up. And if you're able to do that, it means the world to me. And I said this on Twitter if you missed it. If you happen to do that, if you happen to comment before I'm live, and obviously as I'm live, I'm interacting with you. But if you happen to comment before I'm live, I will shout you out. I will pay you that respect, and I will show my appreciation because it means a great deal. So thank you. Zane in the building. What are we talking about, Vader? You know what we're talking about. You see the topics right here on the screen. You see it right now. Right now, we happen to be talking about the teams in the top 10. It's great for fans. It's great for this league. I was just talking about how amazing this league is, and I'm not crapping on any other league. I just happen to follow the EPL the way I do. And Edison was just reminding me that drama, if you want to notice drama as well, he's saying Syria drama is real. I'm gonna check that out. The table is full of drama. I'm gonna check that out. He goes 7 teams fighting for number 1. That's what it is. That's what it is. 7 teams fighting for number 1, and that's huge, Edison. No hate, but that's huge because for many years, Edison, for many years, there's one team that was getting number 1. Many. So I appreciate you shouting that out. Let me look that up real quick. Let me know. Oh, this is going to show up on screen again. Actually, no, it's not. Yes, it is. How do I change that? Let's see here. I go that. There we go. I'm gonna do this real quick, and I said that this was gonna be a short and sweet show, because I know that Champions League starts up in less than 10 minutes. So let me put this on screen. Table. I'm doing this for my man Edison real quick. Let me see if this shows up here. Let's put this here. There we go. So I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm gonna tell you right now. So Napoli, obviously, 32 points. 12 games have been played. Atalanta, 27 points. Okay, well, 5 gap difference between first and second. But then you got Milan at 26, so a point difference. You got Roma, 25, 1 point difference from them. Lazio, 24. Inter, 24. Juventus at 22. Udi, 22. Yo, that's tight. That's tight. I hear you, Edison. Good shout. Good shout. Tight battles. I love it. And again, this is why we love our leagues, right? This is why we love football, because of this type of drama. We don't want foregone conclusions. We love the mix that happens maybe below us as well. The other teams that can compete and challenge. But I say this: we have to have the combo. We have to have the combo of which teams will be seriously damaged, which teams will have to slow down, which teams will be really hindered to remain as competitive as they are if they miss out on top 4 and top 6. All right, we're gonna have to do that on a future show. Mancunian Way goes evening, my guy Martin. Thank you so much for being on the show. All right, let me try my best to do a nice clean transition here. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. All right. Now, I gotta remind you. I gotta remind everyone. He earns UEFA Best Club Award. All right, remember that. Remember that. Okay, let's all remember that. And let's go to next topic. Champions League. All right, and this reason for the quick show is because I know Champions League is about to kick off. But as a City fan, and for any of you, actually, I can readjust where I am, center that. And for any of you that have your clubs that are already advanced, right? They've qualified, whether they're going to be top of the group or second. If there's a huge importance for you to be top of your group, obviously you're playing your starters today. If you're like City and you've already advanced, you know that you're going to have the top spot. It is time to see the non-starters. You're going to hear it here. Maybe maybe you'll disagree. Maybe you'll say there's never a reason to suffer a loss. There's never a reason to concede. But I think that there are huge moments in player careers, in clubs development, in club trust that you need to have some of your non-starters, some of your non-regulars get on that pitch. And what I want to see against Sevilla, I want to see non-starters. I want to see the youngers. I want to see the youth, the youths. I want to see them, and I want to see them. Maybe not the entire 11, obviously, because that would be wild. But I do want to see a mix of veteran play and some starters in the key areas where we need that development. So, right off the bat, I'm going to want to see Alvarez. I want to see Alvarez at striker again. I want to see him in that mode. Do I want to see Alvarez with a veteran on the right-hand side or a veteran on the left? Yes, one of the two. And then I would love to see a youngster in Cole Palmer on the right. So maybe I'm already answering my own question. Alvarez, Palmer, and then Grealish on that left-hand side. Foden on that left-hand side. But I want to see that. And then in the midfield, honestly, we can rest whoever we need to rest. But now in defense, I don't want to see any of our key center backs or any of our key center backs having to play right back playing tomorrow. Rest those damn bodies. They're not built to be right backs in general. That pace up and down the pitch is not what they're accustomed to or what they're built for. Let's rest them. Let's put the youngsters, let's put the youngas, let's put the youths out there. So we can have veteran center backs, both center backs, starters, consistent, the regulars, cool. At left back and at right back, I want the youth. I want the youth. I want the youths. The two youths. Shout out to my cousin Vinny. I want the young players out there. I want them to gain that experience. So as it looks right now, we're like the outside. We're gonna have the youth, the veterans, the experienced players. We're gonna have central, and that's the approach. I don't care what the result is. I want to see how they best understand patterns of play. I want to see how best they move that ball around. I want to see how best they actually are positionally in offense and defense. I trust many of our players offensively. That's the thing. I trust them where I trust that they're going to know where to be offensively. I trust that they're going to know where to play the ball and how to play offensively. I want to see them defensively. North American sports is defense wins championships. And if we are going to get those championships, and I'm talking about all the cup runs require the defense movement. Let me go to these comments, but I hope you guys understand my approach. Let's have the conversation, but let me go to these comments real quick because I know I got a little backed up on them. Oh yeah, I missed a few. All right, my guy. Love in the chat how everyone's talking to each other, shouting out each other in the comments. I love that. Cap goes, gotta keep a close eye on Napoli in the Champions League. They're going off. They are. They're doing some damage, and it's also great to see who they're damaging in their group, right? Napoli's looking serious. Serious. Zane goes, Napoli, I think if they get City, will if we get Napoli, then your picture. See, it wouldn't be a Lyon though, because Napoli's nice. Napoli's nice, and in all fairness, Lyon was too. But I hear the point. I hear the point, but I disagree with you. I disagree with you. We're wiser. We're wiser this year. We're wiser this year. FIFA goes, not bad. I'm not sure what that's referring to. Oh yeah, he's saying not bad. Yeah, FIFA's saying not bad after being shouted out earlier. Cap goes, I really want to see Borja play a game for City. Hearing great things about him. Where are players going to get in? That's the thing. Where are players going to get in with regards to City? It's such a good problem to have, but a difficult problem when you have so much quality. Martin goes, listening to Pep today, I think, oh boy, 2 or 3 fringe and youth play, especially backline with no Kanji. Diaz, Ake, or Stones. Laporte, 2 of those play. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, yeah. I think I didn't get a chance to see what Pep had talked about. I'm going to check that out later today. But yeah, I want youth on the outside. Youth on the outside, right wing, right and left back, and then Alvarez centrally. After that, yeah, let's stay true to I guess the core if need be. Um, Rico Lewis at right back. I hear that. I hear that. Zane goes. The quality of City's youth is crazy. Some of them are doing it at a mid-table Prem club, which is insane. Hey, Zane, if not for some players also getting injured, right? But the players that we've sent out on loan and how they've looked, Lapia is one of them. It's great to see. It's absolutely great to see. And what you want, even if they're not killing it right now, what you want is for them to just have that challenge, like be put in a situation where they have to step up and perform. And I love it because when they come back to us, they're going to be better for it. Um, Martin goes Sergio Gomez at left back. I love to see that. Gomez. Oh yeah, Gomez is he? No, isn't the suspension over? Wouldn't it be over? Oh, hold on. Would it be a 2-game suspension? Ah, damn. I think it was only one. Let me see. Actually, no. Martin goes only 1 game, wasn't it? We're not sure. We're not sure, but we'll have to check it out. Um, fair enough. Fair enough. I should have just looked ahead in the comments. Oh, love it. So see, not only that, that's a great point that Martin brings up. So players have been called up that will not, maybe not necessarily get a chance to directly play in the game, but they're going to be there on the bench to witness the process, witness what it means, what it takes to play at the city level. It's fantastic. Dudley, my guy, says suspension is over. So let's see Gomez. I think Gomez has learned from his mistakes. Let's see him. Okay, all right. This was supposed to be short and sweet. Now, talked about the non-starters, and I'm going to keep this clean. Let's go. Okay. This Champions League, and I should have pulled this up on screen. I'm going to do that right now. But these group stages in this Champions League is some real drama, or not real drama, but it's creating some interesting scenarios. All right, there's some interesting scenarios that are coming about because obviously, if you're not familiar, I'm sure you are because you guys are all you all know your ball. But in the Champions League, if you finish top of your group, you're obviously playing the team that finishes second in the group. Another caveat, another restriction, however, though, is that you can't play versus a team. So if you're one in your group, the team that's two in another group can't be from your same league. So in this case, City would not be playing Liverpool, Liverpool finishing second in their group. And another thing is, City cannot play another team. Well, in this case, it would be Dortmund. City could not play Dortmund in the next knockout game moving forward. All right. So that's one of the things we're going to have to kind of look at, and it'd be, I think, a good thing to speculate and guess about. So group stage. Let's see if I can pull this up. All right, let's try and do this again. All right, let's try and do this. There we go. Put that up. Why? So, these settings are so weird. I think that's going to be large enough for you guys to see. I'll put it on screen anyways. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully, let me know if you can see that. But Napoli's looking to be top of their group. Okay, so Napoli, they're going to play one more game. Their goal differential is 6. No, yeah, it's 6. So no, it's 7. It's 7. So what's going to happen here? Even if they tie, even if Liverpool gets a win and Napoli don't, there's not that many goals that are going to happen, right? So, and I guess head-to-head goals because Napoli put a slapping on Liverpool, right? So Liverpool's going to be second in that group. Club Brugge and Porto. Ooh, that could go either way. You guys can see that. 11 and 10. Bayern, that's pretty much a conclusion. And we'll see what's going to happen with Tottenham and Sporting. Oof. Actually, that's not decided at all. That's going to be good drama. And oh my gosh, look at Group E. Group E is disgusting. No offense, Edison. No offense. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. My bad. Table. What? No, go back. There we go. City's set. Nothing's going to change there. PSG, that will be interesting. PSG is going to be interesting. I know I'm blocking it, but 11 points for PSG, 11 points for Benfica. So there's going to be some movements there, and it's like, who do we want to face? I'm sometimes in two minds because sometimes I'm like, let's just face the tougher team, quote unquote. Let's face the tougher team early because it's early in the season, whereas facing that tougher team, and I know the later you go within the knockout, the more difficult it is. But if you're going to face like a heavy hitter, maybe face them now before it's later in the season with cups in the EPL being of importance and trying to win this league. But yeah, like PSG could be second in their group. Benfica could win it, possibly, right? Nothing's changing with us. Look at Real Madrid. Why is this looking like this, though? Look at Real Madrid. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here. I really don't know what's going to happen here. We've got to figure this out. And I think when we have the combo, we're going to decide who do we not care? Who is it that we're not stressed to see? We're going to be honest. We're going to be honest. Who is it that we're not stressed to see? Who is it that we would prefer to avoid? All right, we're going to have that conversation. Let me go to these comments. Mancunian, oh my God, he goes, great show. Smash that like and subscribe to this legend. Yes, you in the comments. Thank you, Martin. Appreciate it. The love from the comments. And again, the love that I get pre-show, post-show, very appreciative. And those that are new, catching this on video on demand, those have just shared this with a few friends, subscribe. Let me get to this humble goal as I increase the subscriptions and continue to improve the show. I've realized today, most importantly, that the way I have it set up, I can't quickly go to what's on screen, what's not on screen. I'm doing things a little different versus what StreamYard is. So I'm going to have to clean that up for you. City only have small pool to choose from, I think, as can't get English or Dortmund. Yeah, it is a small pool, but Martin, It could be PSG. It could be Benfica. Could be. It could be. Actually, no. There's no chance for it to be. No. Oh, actually, RP Leipzig. Huh. Chelsea, not Chelsea. Milan, possibly. If it ends up being Milan, Edison, we're doing a show. I don't know if you want to be mic'd up. I don't know when you be in the comments, but we're gonna have to talk about that AC Milan and City possible matchup, my guy. We're gonna have to talk about it. We're gonna have to talk about it for sure. Um, is that the late night music, Nate? Late night music. What do you mean? Are you guys hearing music in the background? You guys aren't hearing music in the background, are you? Let me check out something. Yeah, no. Actually, I'm not sure what you mean by that, Martin. Sorry if I missed that. Zane goes, I'm a Liverpool fan, Vader, and if we get Bayern and Mane knocks us out, that's the nail in the coffin for me this season. Zane, let me say this, man. I kind of talked about this early in the show, and I think this off season, Liverpool and Klopp were trying to shift things, trying to refresh, trying to have a different approach for this upcoming season. Whether it was kind of like temporary until more players were going to come in, but obviously there was a plan not to play the same style that you've been playing. And I think Klopp kind of missed out on a few things. Obviously, I know that it's an easy excuse for some fans to say the club just didn't spend enough. Um, but honestly, squad to squad with some of your opponents this season, the results that you've had, they don't match up. They don't match up. In all honesty, some of your players did not play to their level, and whether you put that on Klopp for not getting the level out of those players, sure, but the nail the nail in the coffin, and I'm not going to talk you out of it. It is going to be a hard one. Seeing Mane be the reason. Bayern winning is one thing. Bayern winning over you guys is one thing. But seeing that Mane is one of the reasons why, that would be the nail. That would be one of the final straw to break the camel's back. That would be rough. And Zane, let me know in the comments why. I find it that there's an overemphasis to kind of bash Mane now that he's gone, to diminish how important he was to you guys. Um, Now that he's gone, which is, I'm not gonna say odd to me because I've kind of seen the same thing in my fan base with players that have left, but it irks me. I don't like that type of approach by the fans. Like, man was a great soldier for you guys. Um, all right, so stick around here, even if you're not a City fan, because I want to ask this question for your club as well as maybe answer it for mine. I'm gonna tell you. Let me do this nice and clean as well. Let's go.
Vader, Vader, Vader games.
So we're gonna do that. Now, penalty takers. And this was huge last week. This was so important. We had to talk about it last week, but I left you guys with some homework and I want to revisit it. We need to certify who our PK takers are, right? And I'm sure you need to do the same thing for your clubs if you happen to be rivals, not City fans. But I want to ask you, who are your first 5 penalty takers? You're like, okay, this is the win a cup. We want to win it with our first 5, assuming one save is going to be made or one miss is going to be made by the opposing team. Who are your 5 penalty takers for your club? trusted, no question, doesn't matter, in form or not. Here's my 5. Now, I'll give you my 5. Give me my 5 while you think about it. As a City fan, here are my 5. Holland, no question. KDB, no question. Gundogan, no question. Silva, Bernardo Silva, no question. So that's 4, right? Holland, KDB, right-footed, right-footed. Silva, oh no, sorry. Holland, left-footed. KDB, right-footed. Gundogan, right-footed. Silva, left-footed. And now my 5th. My 5th. And you guys are going to say I'm crazy. You're going to say you never learn, Vader. You're going to say, I don't know. I don't know what you're going to say. But I actually think that I still go to Mahrez to take my penalty shot. I still go to Mahrez because of what he's done, obviously, in previous years. And when you, if you've competed, if you've been a player, and it doesn't anything like when there's something that's really important to you that you care about, that you put a lot of your time and effort in, when you don't succeed at it, when you fall short of it, you're even more committed to win, to succeed, to fix it. And I think Mahrez is that type of player. I think that's his type of character. So I'm going to give him that shot. Those are my 5. I think I think we kill it with Holland, KDB, Gundogan, and Silva. I think cold-blooded, all 4 of those players, cold-blooded. And I know players miss PKs before, but those are my 4 most cold-blooded players currently on the team, as I see it. I need to see more from other players before I include them. But for what I've seen from Mahrez over the years, for the swag, for the confidence that I've seen in him, I think he'll get back there. He's my 5th. Let me know what you think of my 5. Share with me your 5. Let me go to these comments. Pen taker should be the best dead ball specialist for you guys. You know what? I know you guys are going to tell me Foden's not in there. Foden's not in there. Foden's 6th. Foden over Mahrez. Foden over Silva. Damn, that's a tough one. Damn it, that's a tough one. I forgot about Foden. Let me go to Zane. Zane goes, Holland, Gundogan, KDB, Cancelo, Rodri, your choice? Those are your choices. Holland, Gundogan, KDB, Cancelo, Rodri. Rodri's not a bad shout. Like, Rodri strikes a very good ball. Very good ball. Cancelo's not bad either. You know what? Probably for competitive reasons, they don't show these, or they don't show these. But if there was like the YouTube channel, Manchester City kind of showed one practice of penalty shots taken from City, just one. Don't show repetitively because I don't, wouldn't want the opposing team to study anything. But I would love to see the strike that some of these players make. It'd be pretty good to watch. But no, I'm not mad at your list, Zane. Zane, I'm not mad at that. That's not a bad list. Holland can score with either foot, but for a penalty, I don't believe he would take it with his right foot. Dudley goes, I'd give Ederson a try. Ederson's not a bad shot. And Gundalorian mentioned that last week. He said that last week. He said Ederson would be part of his mix. I believe he said Ederson, Holland, KDB. Ederson, Holland, KDB. Alvarez, and I forget who his fifth was. I forget who his fifth was, but I'd have to go back and watch it in the show. Martin goes, he's back. Thanks. No worries, my guy. No worries. We're just going over who are your 5 city certified penalty takers. Who would you have? No question, no doubt. I gave my 5, and then I realized I didn't have Foden in that mix, and now I'm torn between Foden, Silva, and Mahrez. Because I said Mahrez, Silva, KDB, Gundogan, and Holland. And my thinking was cold-blooded. Gundogan, cold-blooded. Silva, cold-blooded. KDB can hit anywhere within that net. Holland, we know, ice cold. And then Mahrez, I trust Mahrez with what he's done in the past. Big moments, Champions League. So I'm curious what your 5 would be, Martin. Let me know. I'm not gonna let you off the hook. Who would your 5 penalty takers be? And you're free to change it today. All right. Let me say this so no one gets, oh, I'm stuck. Let me say today. Who would your 5 penalty takers be? Um, respectfully disagree on Ederson. We would get caught if saved. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want your goalkeeper to get killed. It's your first 5. Now, in the second 5, because obviously you can have repeat takers. The same way De Gea skied that chance to win Europa. But yeah, Ederson in the second group of 5 for sure, or I guess 11th penalty taker. No, Martin. Yeah, of course. Ederson would be our very final penalty taker. Very, very, very final. Very final. Holland second. Okay. My 5. Holland right foot. What? Martin, what do you mean Holland right foot? Holland's left footed. Are you trying to say Holland's taking all 5 or taking your first 3? What do you mean by this? 4th would be Gundogan. Okay. 5th, KDB, but he hates them. I think KDB. Yeah. I see. The funny thing is, I never understood hating taking penalty shots because obviously as a kid when playing, I this is going to sound really arrogant, but I've never missed a penalty shot. Like I never took them often in training with the keeper with my team keeper in front of me. But I would place the ball and kick it into a returning net often, and it was one of the returning nets that kind of had the targets, top corner, bottom corner. So just repeat taking those over and over again, and I did that because I tried to disguise my shot as best as I could, but it wasn't with my team keeper, and obviously it was never with an opposing team because the opposing team would know. Martin goes, I just Holland. Sorry, mate. Holland is both left and right footed. I get it. I get Holland can score but he has a stronger foot. Like when I look at so I'll put it this way. When you see him sprinting at his quickest and which foot he chooses to control with, it's his left. Like he defers to his left foot. So I think that's right. I think it's right to say he's left footed. In all seriousness, I generally think Stones would be. Oh, Martin. Now Martin's saying Stones. I got Gundogan saying Ederson. Like, what's going on? You know what? True City fan, if you happen to see this, let me know in the comments. Post Sunday, Manchester City Blues. We need to talk about our 5 PK takers. We need to have the crew discuss this because we're all over the place with who would be our top 5. But I love it. I wanna say this: new or returning. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you so much for hitting me up with a like. The fact that I'm getting 30 plus people a week tuning in, listening to me means a great deal. It means a great deal. So thank you so much. Thank you for the like. Thank you for the subscription, and thank you for the comments. Thank you for the interaction. I want to also say this. Let me know. Let me know if there's something that I happen to say that you completely disagree with. It doesn't have. You don't always have to like what I have to say. I'm here for the challenge, and I love the fact that Zane, Liverpool fans, able to tune in. I'm loving Edison, AC Milan fan tuning in, being part of the show, and we're gonna move on to another one next week. Maybe there's a bonus show. Who knows? But I love the support as always. Dudley co-signs and goes, Stones can strike a ball. Yes, he can. 100%. 100% he can. As a penalty taker, that is another story. We will have to get into that for sure. Martin goes, see you post match tomorrow. Absolutely. We're going to talk Champions League, Manchester City post match tomorrow. Zane, that is the question. That is the question. Will they? If they don't, nothing's happening to Conte if they don't. Okay. Because realistically, that fan base are not expecting a Champions League cup at all. But I think they're looking to go as far as they can. So I don't think anything crazy happens to Conte if they don't happen to win today or win their group or advance, I should say. To your point, qualify, well written. But if they don't, those Spurs fans, oh my gosh. Okay, so I enjoy football content, especially on YouTube. I don't happen to interact that often on Instagram or anything like that, but for the shows, and shout out to the shows, much respect. The way they're set up, how they entertain, great. We've got the Big Six, and their key Spurs fan is Tobes. You got Mr. Individual that does his thing in expressions, another Spurs fan, and then who I've interacted with, I've had the pleasure to talk football is Alan, who's been on Egal's channel and the football terrace and some of these spaces. But these guys, and most recently I met Jay on Egal's show. These Spurs fans, if they don't qualify for it, woo, it is gonna be fun. It is going to be fun. But like I said, the most harm that's gonna happen to them in terms of banter is gonna be in the league. It's gonna be the league. Oh, there you go, Zane. Alan needs bantering. Yes, he does. Alan, Alan, Alan. The way he's been talking recently, it's like he's been in the gym just doing bench all season long. It's like Alan's been doing bench all season long because he's been talking with so much chest. If they don't, the bantering's gonna be huge. Mancunian Way goes, quick question, mate. Does my Klopp out seem silly still? It Martin, I still think the Klopp out is silly. I think the Klopp out is silly because this is the first gotten off track, off the journey, off the road, stuck in the mud situation for Liverpool. I think I think he he's earned the right to get out of the mud. For the fans that are, and I know there's going to be a portion of the fan base are going to they're going to say Klopp out, Klopp out. I don't think the ownership should ever think that at this point at all. The ownership should not be thinking Klopp out. The ownership should be thinking, let's see how he fixes things. Let's see how he um, let's see how he fixes things. Let's see what he needs to be successful. Arm him with it and see where he goes. If he's not able to do it, then I guess then you let him go. But what's Klopp out should be what outside of top six? or Cop Out should be outside the top four. Like, if I don't. I think it's crazy. I think it's still silly. I think it's still silly. Let's see how he writes the ship. The fan base are going to trip out. Some of the fan base, but they shouldn't. They should know what kind of process this is, and whether they'll tolerate it. That's another story. But hey, not everyone's as patient. Not everyone kind of sees football the same way. There's a lot of. This is the Instagram generation, right? A lot of things need to be microwave ready. Maybe they won't have the patience for Klopp, but yeah, we'll see, Martin. But that's a great question. Love, first things first. My peeps come first. You know what it is. Thank you for supporting the channels. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Comment so I can interact and evolve on this content. And on top of that, make sure you're following me on Twitter. I happen to actually jump on a few other content creators, a few other channels, Mancunian Way, Football and Chills, Pitch Points, True City Fan, all friends, all family. So if I'm on Twitter, you know where I'm at, and you know where the convo is going to go. I also happen to occasionally be on the Football Terrace. Have Hope, the Football Hut. You got to check that out, and most recently Egal. So check things out. The content's always good. I try to do my best to represent. Hope you guys all appreciate it. I'm Vader Games. Catch me next week for another episode of Why Always Me. And my peeps, love. I'm out.